Salmanan, guys. So I'm going to offend about homophobic in this chat, so just bear with me. I'm in a rugby group. There's about 150 something of us a grouping, and it's gents that play rugby. We play contact, touch rugby. We watch the game, So it's just guys from all over, mainly closer guys with all the stereotypes, rugby guys with all the stereotypes, Zulu, you name it. It's just a pot in here full of toxic masculinity. And there's been this clip that has been circulating around a very prominent Springbok rugby player who's on a boat, I think, and he's being hugged by another man, and it looks very, very gay. So I shared it onto the group. I shared it onto the group, and then one of my boys was like, what are you sharing? So this whole morning we've just been like debating, and not debating, but we've been chatting and discussing that post. And he's not the first rugby guy that's actually seemed, like, spectrum, but it's a conversation, it's a conversation. And one of the lads was chatting around. Actually, I'm going to give the guys a shout out. I did ask if I can. Some said yes, some didn't respond. So to those that didn't respond, your colleagues. But I want to shout out to Vince Chase. I want to shout out to Utuku. I want to shout out to Sabza, Ulonda, Carl, Utulani. I want to shout out to Spongs, Carl. Did I say Carl? I think I said Carl. Who else is contributing to this chat? But we've been unpacking this, and we've been really trying to understand, Uguti, what is it about men, especially the masculine man, or how the society has portrayed the masculine man? What is it about him that repels that type of feminine energy when it comes from a man? Obviously, I've got a nose ring and my nails are dead, so I number one spectrum. My brother calls me gay all the time. But again, the gents were asking something like a real question. Would say, in today's time, what does a guy have to do to be considered gay? Does he literally have to get a dick up his ass and you're like, okay, he's gay? Because we've had many guys in the public space, for examples of Osif, who've actually been very much pro LGBT community, but I don't think, well, to my knowledge, that he's actually come out and said, hey, I'm gay, whatever the case may be, And I've always been of the view, Gucci guys, live your lives, Live your life. If you want to be gay, be gay. 2024, say 2025. Now, mind you, guys are living in closets. Puman. And again, this is very controversial, and I've said it. I wish there was more gay people. I wish, men, let me say it like that. The reason why... Hey, this is also very controversial. I think the more gay men there are, the less competition there is for us. So if I'm in a rugby group with 150 men, if 100 of them are gay, great. That means tennis by 50, that's not going to be available for us. But as for more competition, less competition. So give me when I'm like coming across some of my boys like, oh no, he's gay. I don't mess around. I was like, let more be gay. The more the gays, the less the compo, boys. Come on. You fishing in a barrel, you're hunting in a zoo. You want it to be easy for you, jokes aside, but it's actually a real conversation, because the crazy things is that within our families, within our circles, there's still many men who are scared of coming out and being open about being gay. And just from my side, if you are in my space and you are gay and you want to come out, just know, Guti, I'll judge you and I'll make fun of you. And that's okay. And that's okay. Because I've got fat friends and I judge them and I make fun of them. And the same way that all my boys make fun of my nose ring, and all my boys make fun of my nail polish, and they make fun of this and that about me. And that's fine. That's okay. Anifuna ukuphuma nizitabani because sizonjaja. Sizonjaja vele. Sayeka nini? That chick that you dated, that ugly chick, sakjajela lo, asikekanga. We will judge you guys. We're just humans. You judge, we judge, that's life. But we can't be in a space where people are scared of being who they are. tiptoeing around reality. You can't do that. So it is a very, very interesting conversation. It is a conversation where at times I look back and I say, maybe as a machita, we need to create those spaces. Which you in Buffett. As be honest. Thina sithanda ukudla inhloko asibe ngapha. Abathanda ukudla isushi abahlali ngapha. But singamajita sonke ne as criticize ukuthi wena ungapha. Yabona ku right iba ngapha. Thina soba ngapha. But where there are things where there's commonality, then we'll come together. If it means mhlambe sesiyophuza asiphuze ndawonye hayi ukuthi siyalwa njengoba siphuza ndawonye thina siphuza ibrandy soba ngapha nina eniphuza champagne ihlale ngapha but siphuza sonke you understand thina esithanda amantombazane soba ngapha nina enithandana nodwa nibe but sisonke angazi ngenza sense I've got friends of mine who are Christian, I've got friends of mine who are Muslim, but sisonke yabona asidingi ukuthi sibe too critical about ukuthi what you do in your bedroom. That's your space, that's your space. Ukuthi wena wenzani nobani nifakana ini kuphi okwenu lokho, nathi sowenza yabo, so that singaclash too much. But you can't be secretive about who you are. Yabona, because mhlambe mina ngiseshaweni yabona ngiyageza yabona, and lapho when you busy staring and you licking your lips, and if I knew ukuthi mhlambe umuntu ongapha, I would have maybe waited for you. It's like I don't want to make sisters uncomfortable. So if I'm in a space where mhlambe there's public showers, like I can't explain of a place where there might be public, I would respect them as sisters which they shower and I'll move away, and then once they are done then I will shower. A quick story. This is actually an honest and true story. So when I was in Boston my first year, I was incredibly homophobic. Like, guys, I'm not proud of it, but that's just what I was. And I come from a space where a lot of people were very, very, very conservative, and it was a lot of that type of thinking, And I remember I took my homophobia into university, and I was very, very much vocal around how I disliked gay people, blah, 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 blah. And I'll never forget this one morning, I'm showering, and we had like little cubicle showers, back in race. And I'm showering, and I used to sing, whatever song in the morning. And there's a guy who comes in and he showers next to my cubicle, So, so he can hear Uguti Mina, and he goes, "Morning, Benson," and I can hear him. I'm like, "Hey, morning, Sbanbani," because we stayed in the same corridor. I'm showering. How are you doing? I'm fine. How are you doing? And he's like, "President, I've got a question to ask you." I'm like, "All right, cool." I just don't know how to go about this. I'm like, "All right." He's like, "I'm gay." Naked. And I go, "Okay." And he's like, "My question is, I want to tell my family and I don't know how to." We are in his cubicle. There's a wall. I'm in mine. And I'm like, "Just tell him how you told me." And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Person?" I go, "Yeah." "You're the most homophobic person I know." And I go, "Okay." He's like, "And it took a lot for me to tell you." I was like, "Sure." And then he's like, "But it's more intimidating to tell my mom." And I'm like, "Bro, one, I'm sorry that I've created this culture for you guys to feel a type of way. But the reality, as you said, is that if you can literally tell me and not really, be fazed, or at least, be brave, your mom who loves you unconditionally, unlike me, will also accept it." And he goes, "Actually, that's true." So we shower, and then there's like awkward silence for like freaking 15 seconds. And I go, "Spadman?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "You know, we can't shower together anymore. Not together. But we can't shower at the same time anymore." And he's like, "Yeah, I understand." I was like, "You shower at night, I'm a shower in the morning." He's like, okay, cool. Because I still had to be homophobic. I still had to hold it down, But it's so crazy because going to the university that I went to, there was a lot of people part of the community, and eventually, within less than a term, maybe over a term, but less than a semester, I started realizing, I can't hate on people based on their lives, how is it that my yuck is affected by your yum? You live your life. It doesn't affect me. You do what you need to do. I'm gonna do what I need to do. And once that hit, you started realizing, because again, I'd play rugby and there'd be guys in the rugby team that were openly and outwardly gay. And I sang in the choir with guys that were gay, and it wasn't that stereotypical thought of what's the guy from Will and Grace, Jack, where he's flamboyant. You start realizing utaibo ezihlukahlukile lezi, khona ongaziboni, khona ozibonayo, khona ezinde, khona ezimfishane, khona ezizigora, khona ezilenda. And you start really opening up your mind again, maybe like faith, where you look at Christianity. There's tall Christians, short Christians, fat Christians, skinny Christians. There's Christians with beards, there's Christians without beards. So you start realizing, okay, this is their life. And a person who's choosing to live a life of Christianity or Muslim or whatever the denomination, a Jewish person, that doesn't affect me. As long as they live their life respectfully and I live my life respectfully, good for them, great for them. So if Amachita want to come out, great. And these rugby players, maybe if they actually stood out and said, hey, listen, I'm gay, I can just imagine the young kids coming up who may also be in the same boat to be like confident enough to say, hey, I'm also gay. Again, that's their life. I'm not saying I am pro. No. Don't hear me. Because again, people might be. I would not want my son to be a vegan. If he chooses to be a vegan, that's his journey. But it's not a journey that I would choose for him. But if he chooses that journey for himself, sure. I'm a carnivore. So I want to be very, very clear with that. So a lot of in these times, people think that you're pro, you're anti. Neutral. If my child wants to be a convert to Islam, I wouldn't say, hey, into an humble convert to a mosque. No, I wouldn't do that. But if he chooses to be that, sure. Will I stop eating bacon? Hell no. Hell no. No. Will I judge him for not eating bacon? Yo. Ngizomshama bacon no eggs. Ekuseyithi intwana awufuna kancane. Awufuni. Oh, lento haram. I had a boy. But it's their life ultimately. And we also need to accept that. Yeah, but it's people's lives. Does that mean that you need to clap hands with a machita? No, it doesn't need that. No, you don't have to do that. But if they so choose, good for them. They're living their truth. Don't oppress people for living their truth. Don't do that. Guys, ngempela siku 2024 abantu abaphila impilo zabo. Ukuthi umunye ufuna ukusupport iChiefs, umunye usupport iPirates, umunye ufuna ukusupport iBarcelona, abaphila impilo zabo, guys. Yabona? Wena usupport lokho ukusupporta. Wena mathanda osisi, thanda osisi mfowethu. Thanda osisi. In fact, wena uthanda osisi, jabula ukuthi sekukhona more of EK to minus competition. Khona wena uzokwazi ukuthi lo Sibongile lo ade umfuna. And uyambona uSibongile uthanda uMandla. uSibongile kancane ukhuluma noMandla. Sibongile kancane ukhuluma noMandla. The day uMandla comes out ukuthi is K. Yabona uzoba happy kanjani? Yabona ukuthi competition ayisekho, because now you know ukuthi Sibongile, she was chatting with me, she chats to Mandla. She chats to me, chats to Mandla. Mandla's my competition. Next thing it comes out, ukuthi Mandla's for the boys. Sibongile has no choice, really. Yabona. So I win by default. So guys, I know it sounds silly, I know it sounds a bit controversial, but it's just my view. Please let me know what you guys think about people living their truths, the gay topic in 2024, the whole LGB. I know the controversial points that I don't want to get into around the LGB community and sport. I don't want to get into those chats. I just wanted to unpack a discussion that we're having in a rugby group. Again, shout out to all my boys. Again, if I missed anyone, I'm really, really sorry, Machita. But we have these conversations all the time. And Naming Yakula, and again, we don't always agree, but it's always great just to get different people's viewpoints. Let me know your viewpoint in the comments below. Share this video far and wide if you think anyone will benefit from it. Subscribe if not yet subscribed. Hit that notification bell and have yourselves a fantastic day. And Tanda, guys.